All right, y'all. So I'm going a bit backwards. I'm going back to the day of the showing for my mom's housing lottery apartment that she won. And I'm just going to go through a few things as far as the process. So she first applied on New York City Housing Connect, and she applied between applying and receiving a request for documentation, it was about, I would say, 5 months. So it was 5 months from the time she applied, from the time her application was submitted to the point where she first received the request for her initial documents that were sent in, and then received a email thank you, and that was it. Didn't hear anything. 2 months later, there was another request to confirm income. So her income had significantly changed by that time, but she did not update Housing Connect. So once she stated, okay, here's the income, here's my updated income because of this, that, and the third, they told her that there were no units available if for her income and household size, and that she would have to if there was anything that became available, they would definitely reach out. So here's her in the kitchen just checking everything out. First got there, she fell in love with this cute little kitchen, tiny but mighty. So, anywho, they stated there wasn't anything in her income and household size. However, that they would reach out if there was anything. So she just forgot about it. So this is the living room area. And a month after that, they stated, okay, we have a unit for you, and to send in your additional documents. And then that process was tedious because a lot of paperwork is required. It's like your entire life story. So be prepared and be ready if you plan on applying to any of these housing lottery apartments in New York City. It is a tedious process. You are as almost as if you're under investigation. So she did receive a 2 bedroom unit, but be prepared if that is what you really would like to do. So mommy's apartment building is falls under extremely low and low income affordability, also known as ELA, where about 80% of the apartments fall under the area median income for extremely low and low income. So if you would like to apply for the New York City Housing Lottery, you would go to housingconnect.nyc.gov as shown here, and you would just input your household size and your annual income, and then you will see what shows up in each borough. Any of the 5 boroughs in New York City is a testimonial, and like it says, you can start applying to the housing lotteries today. So I'm going to just input just a random household size of 2 people, and the total annual income is 27,000. And then I'm going to see which lotteries pop up, if any. Okay, we got some hits. So 5 lotteries are currently open for a household size of 2 people and income of 27,000. So we're going to check North Cove Apartments, and the income is from 22,000 and up. So that is in our range. So we can check through the pictures and see if you will like how the units look. Sometimes some of the buildings are still in development, so there may not be pictures. So this is a good thing when you can see a few pictures if you're interested. Oh, the bathroom is pretty huge. A lot of the housing lottery apartments, the bathrooms are huge. I don't understand why didn't they just add an extra room or extra washers and dryers for low income. But hey, I definitely get it. The higher income, the better the amenities. So that's understandable as well. So this building seems pretty standard. So we're just going to double check. So this building has 484 units. So that's good. Usually I do apply to apartment buildings with a lot of units just for the probability. You see there's a percentage set aside for mobility and vision for those type of units, and also a preference for community board residents and 5% for New York City employees. So the preference means that if your log number is in a certain range and you live in the area currently in the community board, you do receive a preference. So I'm just checking here if I indeed qualify for that range and for what type of apartment. And I see it's for a studio. Now I put 27,000, not 27,806. Now, if it was 27,806, then I will also qualify for a studio and a one bedroom. So we're just going back. All right, so let's try another household size. This is a for three people. The income is $120,000 yearly, and I don't want to pay any more than 4,000 a month in rent. And if you would like a one or two bedroom preference, you can do that. So just getting a little bit more specific, and you do want to be by the 4 train, 7 train, or the 8 train, A and C train. And you can search for that, and 15 lotteries popped up. So that's great. So you have many more to choose from, even though this was super specific. And you can look at the photos. This building is huge, it's nice. Ooh, it's more upscale. And you can tell it looks like a hotel. That looks like the lobby and fitness room. So this is pretty cool. Wow, ooh, that's nice. It does look like a hotel. So this is what you'll be able to get in that price range and for that household size. So this is a 14-story building. Oh, Washington dryer in unit, dishwasher, high-end kitchen appliances, bike storage, gym, rooftop terrace, which is nice. So what are we eligible for? So they have studio, one bedroom and two bedroom. Remember, it is three people, so we're not looking anywhere else. So let's see. Available. Is there anything? Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, so as you can see, there was a glitch. You have to be careful with this because I said 120,000 for three people, and for that particular unit, it was 120,000 for two. So be very careful with that because you can be rejected. Your application can be rejected if the household size doesn't match and the income doesn't match up with the unit specifications. So I'm just going to go through just the site a bit. This is my father's old so he was
profile.
applying for senior apartments at the time. He didn't get through, but he was just on Social Security at the time. And so this is how you just enter your information because now I'm blabbering. It'll ask you your name, date of birth if you're a student. Be careful if you are a student because households that are made up of entirely students don't always qualify. You have to check off if you have a disability because there are preference given to people with disabilities in certain buildings. Of course, what race and which pronouns. Not sure if they're going to still use that, but you can definitely add your income after this. Now, this part is the one of the most important parts besides your name, of course, and your current address and your date of birth, is besides anything involving your identity and where you live. It's more so the income as well, along with the household composition, which means your household size, how many people are in your household, in addition to your income. Now, you can input your current W 2 your for the previous year. So that would be for 2024, your most current W 2. However, if your income has changed since whenever time you received the W 2, please add your current income and not the income from your W 2. That is a pro tip. Do not add your W 2 if your income has significantly changed. Just add your current income and along with your current employer. And they'll also ask if you have any rental assistance, if you have any housing vouchers or anything like that, if you live in a NYCHA apartment. Um, so they'll ask you all type of those things. If you have any assets, now be very honest about if you have these assets, because if you're picked along in the process to have an background check done on you, they will find this information and it will come out. Like if you have any checking accounts that you didn't specify on the in the review or in the background check, they will find the bank accounts and ask you and question you and say, "Hey, we found this. You didn't put this, but we found this. Please specify. Please advise." So these are just the rest of the things. Once you complete everything, you can just look through these apartments, see what you qualify for, and go from there. So happy lottery hunting, y'all. See y'all soon.